So we're actually getting pretty close to the release date for the Rings of Power. It comes out on the 2nd of September. That's Friday. So this week, we're finally going to get to see just how big of a fire this show is going to set in the trash. Because, yes, it is a trash fire. It looks awful. In my opinion, it looks awful. Looks really cheesy. Looks very, very modernized. And all they have managed to do with the promotion for it is put out cheesy stuff that looks like soap opera openings and make Tolkien fans pretty upset. So far, you can see that reflected in every trailer they put out. Here is the last one that came out on the 23rd, and I think this will be the final trailer of the show. Currently sitting at 374,000 dislikes to 37 likes. That's pretty bad. And what's funny about this is unless you have the Google extension, you can't even see the dislikes. So people are just disliking it because they don't like it. It's you can't really put the defense in there that people are just ratioing it because they just want to, hit it. People are, in my opinion, doing this because they don't like it. It's not because they were sent here by somebody like some detractors like to say. That's why they hit the dislike button. How many people do you think actually have this extension? So it's pretty well reflected here on how people feel about this trailer. And when you consider the backlash for this show and how big it is, you really got to wonder what the hell is going on in the minds of Jeff Bezos and people over at Amazon, because this is the most expensive show ever made. Over $1 billion going in to this show. So if this show fails, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs, even though Amazon won't say it's a failure. From what I understand, no matter what, they plan on saying that this show is a success. Doesn't matter. They're going to say this show is a success no matter what. It's the greatest show ever made. We are so happy with the results. And I don't think that it's going to be the big hit that a lot of the shills are saying it's going to be. People out there saying whatever they can to make this show look like the greatest piece of television ever made. So much so that they're now trashing the Peter Jackson stuff. Here's some Screen Rant trying to say that the Rings of Power could make the Hobbit dragons look pathetic, which nobody thinks. They're saying that it's going to overshadow everything from The Hobbit, which nobody agrees with. Those Hobbit movies got a lot of problems. But I guarantee you one thing. The worst parts of those movies are going to look like a masterpiece compared to the shit show Rings of Power is about to bring to the world. Rings of Power is not going to impress anybody but blue check marks and brain dead shills on Twitter and Lord of the Rings shills that on YouTube that are going to be creaming themselves. And then, of course, anti-SJW channels that exist on our names. They're, of course, going to be defending the hell out of this show as well, even though secretly they know the truth that the show is a pile of shit. This isn't even the worst of it. Guardian put this out. Elijah who? The amazing new stars of the Lord of the Rings. So they're better than the Peter Jackson movies. Now they've already kind of been putting this out there, saying that it's better because, well, it has people of color in it. So naturally, even though it might not be as good as the other as the Peter Jackson movies, it's superior because it's modernized. Because these people consider that stuff more important than an actual story, than an actual production. They want the cast to reflect the world outside your window. As long as that's there, they don't give a shit about plot, effects, anything. Literally stuff like this gets bumped up in review scores just because of that. Check boxes, basically. You need them even to win an Oscar anymore. Personally, I don't really care that much. I think the show is just going to be awful. Everything that I've seen of it shows that, particularly that scene where Galadriel bounces anime style off of a sword to kill a troll. I thought that was super cringy. Stuff like this can be done. A really good example, I think, of updating a cast would be House of the Dragon. I don't like the actor at all. I think he's an activist and a hack. That guy who's playing the Black Targaryen in House of the Dragon. He says a lot of stupid shit. But the way that they've made that work in that show, I think, is actually pretty well done. So you can do it. But Amazon so far has done it very poorly. And they keep slapping themselves on the back over it, which I think is also pretty cringy. And I think this show is going to be a huge disaster because of the way that they went about it. But disrespecting, in my opinion, one of the greatest movie trilogies ever made is pretty dumb and is going to make The Guardian look really stupid for this. Because these outlets, they're not doing anyone a favor. And I don't know who the hell is in charge of marketing over there at Amazon Prime for this kind of stuff. But they should really tell The Guardian and Screen Rant to knock this shit off. Because this is going to turn people off. You want people that love that trilogy to want to watch this. The last thing you want to do is disrespect it to promote this. That's going to turn people off. It really is. And if this show does fail, people are going to point this shit and laugh and throw it back in Amazon's face. They really should tell these outlets to not do this because it's not the cast that says this. It's The Guardian that put Elijah Hu in there. It's really cringy. Okay, fine. You like the new cast. Great. But what you shouldn't do, probably, Tom Huddleston, is disrespect the cast of the greatest, well, one of the greatest movie trilogies of all time. Dumb move, because you want them to like this show. That's the built-in audience that you want to come over and watch this shit. So it's just more stupid moves, man. I don't know what they're thinking. And I'll remind you one more time. This is the most expensive show ever made. And it has the potential to now be the biggest flop of all time. Quite a combo. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my locals. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.